It's utterly remarkable how so many of these WNBA players have chosen to take certain stances in certain situations only to come back and change their entire viewpoint based on where they're going to play basketball. And you've seen it now twice, actually, three times in just a month, as the Indiana Fever have now signed another member of the mob. Really don't know why they signed her, but they did, as they signed Brianna Turner um, to complete their roster. And you got to ask yourself why. Indiana fans are not happy. Obviously, Caitlin Clark had to say yes to this decision, but they're not happy because Brianna Turner has said a whole lot about a whole lot. And I'm gonna jump into it real fast to show the levels of hypocrisy of the WNBA. I keep telling you that the WNBA is a hypocrite league, and they're filled with bullshitters and liars, and it just continues. Welcome back once again to another edition of Rudy's Rant, powered by Coming Out the Podcast. I am your host, Rudy Rodriguez Shoma. This is where we talk facts over feelings, aka Rudy the Hammer. Let's jump into this. But of course, if you're new to this channel, please be sure to subscribe, like the video, leave a comment. And for those of you who are back again, appreciate y'all, love y'all. Leave a comment, like the video, pound the like button. Please, 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 please. The Indiana Fever signed Brianna Turner last month, or this month, I don't know what month we're in the middle of February. They signed Sydney Colson. They also signed DeWanna Bonner. These are three players that were on. These are three players that were on opposing viewpoints, and part of opposing viewpoints of the Indiana Fever for the duration of last season, as Caitlin Clark took the league by storm. But let's talk about this because all this does is show that the reality of the situation is that none of these women actually believe any of the shit they say. And none of them believe any of the shit they were saying. You know, I like DeWanna Bonner. She's a good player. She's gonna be very helpful to the team, but she was part of a Connecticut squad that was largely running on a narrative that Indiana has filled a bunch of racist people, and the Fever are a racist team, and nobody wants to play in Indiana, and nobody wants to play with Caitlin Clark, and Caitlin Clark is responsible for her millions of fans and how they behave and how they act and how they conduct themselves. All these things are complete bullshit. She's dating, engaged, whatever, married to Alyssa Thomas, who had nothing but negative things to say about Indiana. Called it a racist place, the whole nine, all that shit. Then Sydney Colson comes over and she leaves her bestie, Asia Wilson, in Vegas. And Asia Wilson had plenty to say about Caitlin Clark, Indiana, and the whole nine. And Sydney Colson was part of the chit chat brigade and the mob brigade that talked about Caitlin Clark, the Indiana Fever, and all the stuff that goes on in Indiana. And now you have a Brianna Turner, another one who has crossed over the picket line and decided that whatever she thought really wasn't real, because she had no problem signing with the Indiana Fever. Because the reality is, these women don't believe the things that they say. It makes it very hard to take anything that they say for what they say, even to the point of, oh, look at this. Brianna Turner, 217.25. That was today. She's on Twitter today. I'm not even having to go back to look at these other things. Friendly reminder that I'm against all forms of discrimination, including racism, sexism, homophobia, misogyny, and transphobia. I often advocate against these discriminatory practices. Feel free to unfollow, mute, or block me if that is bothersome to you. Always protect your peace. I will not bet. Okay, man, bump this. Let me just go get Brianna Turner. Fuck this. Let me just do it the easy way. Let me go Twitter find Brianna Turner and show I mean, this is just, you just signed with Indiana and you're already doing it? This is oh my God, she went on it. Bro, I'm just learning this. I knew about the other stuff. Let's take a look at this. This is wild. Let's look at this. Friendly reminder that I'm against all forms of discrimination, including racism, sexism, homophobia, misogyny, and transphobia. I often advocate against these discriminatory practices. Feel free to unfollow me or block me if that is bothersome to you. Always protect your peace. She's got some replies here. Oh, these are her replying to herself. I will not bend the knee or change my online advocacy. Efforts to appease others while I anticipate receiving criticism, hostility, and invalidation. I will not tolerate discrimination. If I am not for you, there are about 150 other W players that you can support instead. I have interest and a life outside of my playing career. I do not expect or crave validation from social media. I have low expectations for Twitter, and I'm cognizant that many will reject my takes. I literally have an MA in social justice and human rights. That's literally known as a useless degree. Like, what kind of fucking degree is it? You went to she went to Notre Dame, I think, for that degree. My God, well, Lord have mercy. So of course I speak up. I haven't been as active on here lately, but wanted to share what my page has consisted of for years. W Twitter discourse is far from normal nowadays, so I will keep distancing myself from that space in order to protect my own peace. Y'all enjoy though, and best of luck. Wow. Wow. This is the same woman that was all over the place when it came to Caitlin Clark and running it back. Let me see if I can find it. Let's see if I can find this real fast. This is back from September of 2024. Thankful I received my master's degree in social justice and human rights earlier this year. I sincerely appreciate my education and truly believe many perspectives would shift if people could comprehend intersectionality. None of us none of us can comprehend saying you're a man when you're a woman or saying you're a woman when you're a man. I'm sorry. None of us, outside of a 0.5 can understand. I can understand homosexuality. I can understand sitting here saying that you have a penis and you're a woman, or you have a vagina and you are a man. Sorry, just don't make shit up. I mean, you're the same folks that science and COVID and all that shit. You spewed all that garbage about science, but science does not have anything to do with your born organs. I mean, get the fuck out of here. The mansplaining I've received lately is truly something. In reference to the WNBA, it lets fans know that this is a safe space. You can come as your authentic self without fear of discrimination or judgment, which unfortunately cannot be said about all sporting environments. It's a privilege if you never have felt unsafe because of your identity. I mean, she's doing it. Like, look at all this crap. Let me see if I can go back to find. She says, don't understand the pushback when people state that racism, sexism, and any form of discrimination has no place in the WNBA. Some of y'all wouldn't have made it a month into the 2020 season. Twitter would have crashed from the discourse. Brianna Turner, you sound ridiculous. No one's ever said that racism, sexism, and all that shit is okay. You guys make it a thing. It's all you think about. And this all goes back to Indiana basketball. The team you just signed with. You look like a fucking clown. You are a clown. And I hope you don't make this team. I hate being negative like that about this. I hope you don't make this team. I hope they cut your ass in camp and we never have to see your ass, because this type of bullshit, this is worse than anything anyone I've seen has said who signs with Colson and Bonner. This is by far like well over the top. It is nuts. It is absolutely nuts. It's funny. Everyone is entitled to their own opinions and assumptions, but wild to me how this seemed to be the most controversial take I've had all season. Thoughts and prayers to you all. And I don't even know what the hell she's talking about. Where the hell? I mean, let's see here. God, she hasn't been active on Twitter, but goddamn, she tweets all the fucking time. Holy Lord. Let me pause this again so I can find. Here's another one. Respectfully, I think some newer fans uplift their faves by tearing down other players, including their faves, teammates, and organization. If you only show up for individuals, it might be frustrating to watch a team sport or be cognizant of the history of the league as a whole. This is July 22nd, 2024. Brianna Turner, you're part of the discourse that was tearing down the entire city. Your rhetoric has been part of a discourse tearing down an entire city, an entire group of fans, a player who has been ridiculed by the fans that you speak of that are on your side. You have pushed a rhetoric that has been tearing down an entire fan base, one that you want to be a part of now. I mean, with this type of bullshit, you might actually have learned that you probably shouldn't be coming to the Indiana Fever for all the bullshit that you have implied and pushed in that direction. I gotta find this crap though, because I mean, there's so much shit in this. By the way, Brianna Turner barely played last year. Why they would sign her, I have absolutely no idea. She barely played. I gotta find this crap. This goes back to when the hell the Caitlin Clark thing popped. Oh my goodness. I will not accept racism as part of the game. I'm not sensitive, and no, I will not comply. Simply ignore the ignorant takes I've seen. But you're the one. You've made plenty of ignorant takes. You've attacked an entire fan base. She wasn't. Okay, this goes back. I wasn't present for the interaction from earlier, but what occurred isn't acceptable. Then if you weren't there, you shouldn't speak on it. Like that's what makes you a clown. You lose credibility. You weren't there, so you should shut the fuck up because you don't know what the hell you're talking about. If you weren't there, you can't speak on something when you weren't there, but yet you're choosing to speak on it as if you were there. So you have no idea what you're talking about other than what someone else said to you. Didn't realize when we said grow the game, that would be interpreted as harassing players at hotels. NBA players have fans at hotels all the time asking questions. There's media at hotels all the time asking questions. Literally, paparazzi like fucking TMZ are at hotels all the time asking questions. Paparazzi literally follow athletes and actors and all the and celebrities all over the place. All over the place. It's just it's now happening in your sport because no one gave a shit until now. You are free to have your own opinion, but consider if this happened to someone you know. If it happened to someone I know and they're playing professional sports, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't sit here and be worried about it. A random guy who's with probably TMZ asked a simple question and y'all acting like he attacked her. Like we saw the video. We saw the video. And y'all acting like that was an attack. Yes, we thankfully travel with security, but the absurd headlines recently have created an unstable environment for our safety. I've been called every racial slur imaginable lately. Show us. Show us. Show us all of these slurs you received. Show us these slurs you've been hit with. I really want to see all the DMs because you never show proof. Please list them. Here we go. Every racial slur. Please list them all below. I want to see them. I want you to screenshot all these slurs that are on your DMs. I want to see every single one of them because you're completely full of shit. People are asking the question. She's not answering. She's not answering. She won't answer the questions because we all know that it's complete bullshit. She made up some crap. There was nothing on video to substantiate. She wasn't even there. And then she makes up about how she's being hit with slurs all the time. See, and yet you want to come to Indiana. Oh my God. Like you can't. I tell you what, I had no issue with Sydney Colson signing, but this one's ridiculous. Like this one is just a lost thought. I don't even understand this one. I really, really don't. There's no logical explanation other than Caitlin Clark said she wanted her. Don't know why she would, but that's the only explanation I can get because this shit from Brianna Turner, this is clown level shit. Like this is unbelievable clown level shit. I hope she never sees the floor in Indiana. I think she would literally get booed if she went onto the court. I can't imagine anybody cheering for her in that city, in Indianapolis. The crap that she has been pushing, a rhetoric she's been pushing. Like, stop, man. You're lying. You have security No one got near Kennedy Carter when they asked her that question. Nobody asked. No, nobody, nobody. But you're gonna keep making shit up, and I get it, I'm literally, I can't. This is the worst signing Indiana can make. But let me know your thoughts because I don't see how she makes this team. I don't see how Indiana fans can be even happy to see this. It's mind blowing to say all of these things, and there's a laundry list of them. This is just what I showed. It's pretty bad. Um, but yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments about the Brianna Turner signing. What are your thoughts? What do you think? What do you think of how you sound like a complete and utter hypocrite? Because all the things that you were talking about is directly related and correlated to the Indiana Fever, and now you jump on over. So you became a part of the KKK. Obviously, I'm being very, very sarcastic and joking about the KKK comment, but that's literally what she made Indiana Fever fans sound like, members of the KKK. So I guess she joins the KKK now. I guess that's what Brianna Turner wanted to do. She wanted to win so bad and be part of a winning team that and franchise that she came over for dirt cheap money. On top of that, because they're not paying her anything worth a damn, to sit on the end of the bench so she could be in the same building with the people that she literally called a bunch of racists, misogynists, sexists, all the folks that were spitting slurs her way. That's who she chose to sign with. You let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear them. Like, subscribe, follow, hit that bell. This is Rudy's Rant. We talk facts over feelings. Come on now.